Welcome back. Lovely to see you again. I have had just the most wonderful comments from all of you on your last project which we did together, the altered file folder. So that is just awesome to hear. Thank you for sharing all those lovely projects with me and your amazing comments as well. So that's just wonderful. And we will be doing some other projects in the future, so stay tuned. Right, today I've got another exciting envelope for you, and it's going to be a mystery, so you'll just have to follow along and wait till the end. So without further ado, let's get going. So what I've got here as far as envelopes are concerned are two little envelopes. Now remember, this is just what I'm going to use, and you can make up an envelope with paper or use a different size. But I know that you'll ask me what size I use, and that's why I'm giving it to you. So if you're working in inches, it's 4.5 by 6.5 inches, approximately. In millimeters, it's 115 millimeters, or that way, 115 and 162 millimeters that way. Okay, so that's one of those. This one has an opening like that, a flap like that. Okay, then we've got a smaller one, and you don't actually need to have an envelope for this, but I'm going to use an envelope because it's just easy for me. This is a 3.25 inch by 4.5 inch, or 82 millimeters by 114 millimeters. So that's what I'm going to use for that. Okay, so it's just two little envelopes today. And the kit that I've used is a combination of a couple of kits that I've used already. They're both from chapter 1. The one is called Wildflower Moments, and it's really gorgeous wildflowers. I've got a little bit of a cutout of the pieces that I've used, so sorry. Beautiful images on here. So I've used two different pages, and these are the scraps from them. I love those pages. And then I've also used shabby florals, and we're going to use some of that as well. So I'm going to get to it. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to have an opening on the side opposite your flap. So what we're going to do straight away is just take, and as again, use a knife or your scissors, whatever's easier. I'm taking a absolute smallest sliver off there, so just to open it up and nothing else. So there we have an opening over there. Again, use used envelopes if you can, or mailers. Trim them down, do whatever you have to. On this side, it doesn't really matter. I am going to close that, so let's just do that straight away. I was going to make it more complicated and do something with this, but I'm keeping it simple today. After a week of videos, I'm knackered. I need a holiday, so I didn't want to overcomplicate it. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little sliver off the top of this one here, so that our flap will open on the top there. Okay, so today we're going to have a little pocket with that one there, and we're going to have a little pocket on that one over there. So if I was attaching this in my journal, I would attach it, let's find a page. Oh, we can use this one here. So if I was attaching it in my journal, it would be on this side. If you wanted it to be on the other side, you would need to turn it around and open your flap. Well, no, it would work that side. So there you go. That's how I'm using that today. All right, so just get all in the right direction. Okay, so we've got our two little envelopes. And what we're going to do, I'll just put that one to the side for a minute, is I'm going to stick down the first piece of paper that I'm going to use. So you can see this is really pretty, and as I said, it's from chapter 1's Wildflower Moments kit. Beautiful colors in here, pinks, blues, just lovely. All right, so I have cut one to fit on the top here like that, and I'm going to stick that straight down now. And of course I have stitched and inked around that ever so lightly. So just going to take my glue and I'm going to run that across close to the edge and then fill up the middle. Now don't forget, if you have been if you did follow along with the tutorials for the altered folder and you haven't sent a photo, please do so. You can contact me through email, you can send me a private video if you've got YouTube, and just send it to me, or you can share it. Don't be shy. I would love to see what you've done. You know, that's the benefits of doing the course. That's my sort of reward for it, really. So I'd love to see what you guys have done. Right, so we've got that stuck down, so that's easy enough, easily done. So just take off that little thread there that's bugging me. Okay, so isn't that such pretty paper? I do love that. Right, so we've got that stuck down, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on top of it. And yes, we are going to cover a fair amount, but we're going to be layering a lot today, so I'm sure that it's going to make up for it. Right, so what we want to do is we want to stick this down. Now we have a pocket in there, so we want to just stick behind, and you can cover all of this up. It's not a problem, unless you wanted to make a double pocket, but I don't. As I said, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Right, so I want to get it over on this side if I can. Just straighten that up, a little bit up, like that. And I think that's about straight, so I'm going to just push that down like that. Okay, so far so good. Now I am going to layer it up a bit. So what I wanted to do was, I've taken a piece of this paper from the Shabby Florals page. I've just hand torn this out. I quite liked the frame, the vintage frame going around this, and this is a very shabby vintage theme going on there, and I am going to stick that down. But before I do that, what I did was I took the coffee stained doily paper, and I've just used one of my punches to put a bit of a lacy border on there. So, and I've torn that out. So this is about 11 centimeters, or about 4.5 by, it doesn't really matter, about 3. So you know, I've just sort of winged it here really and cut that out. And I'm going to put that just to stick out a bit over the edge of that envelope, and just on the edge of that piece of paper as well. And then this is from one of their French salon kits. I just liked a bit of this paper, but don't go and get yourself another kit. You know, have a look what you have as far as other things that you have. I'm just wanting a little bit of a French ephemera thing there, and I'm going to stick that. I'm going to cover most of it, so that's why I'm saying that. I'm just going to have it sticking out the bottom here like that. So we're looking like, just going to rearrange this how I want this. I want a little bit over there, and I want a little bit of that over there like that, and I can still feel the top of the envelope when I need to put my tag in there. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So let's see, we're going to stick down this one first, and before I take it up, I just want to make a mark there so I know when to glue it. And yeah, right, so let's just put some glue on here again. And I quite like my layers, so I thought I'd do something a bit layered up today, and show you how I do that. So we want to stick that close to the top, and I've got my little marks just so I know where I'm going. And this, all these, I've butted them up with the edge there just to reinforce that edge. So that's looking nice there. And then again, we want to have a little bit of that sticking out. So if I put that onto the corner here. That just shows me now where I want this, so I know it's got to be there and there, and I can go and put some more glue on the bottom of this. And sometimes it's nice to do this kind of thing with a lot of the scraps that you have in your scrap pile, and just look what works and goes together, because that is what I'm doing here. I'm looking what works and goes together with a lot of the scraps that are in my pile, just to work those away, you know, in different ways. And it's lovely to have layers for your work. I like the effect of it all. So this is like organized chaos, really. Right, now we want to get that over, and we want that to stick out. We want that to stick out. So we're going to just see, I did a double print here from when my printer was set up to do double-sided page prints, which is so wasteful. Anyway, I've changed that now, thank heavens. So that's why this was in my misprints. Okay, right, now we want to just keep mindful of the top of that envelope there, and we want to stick that on. I just love this French frame here. Well, I say it's a French frame, it just looks French to me, so I do really love it. Okay, now what I've done is I have actually taken that Wildflower Moment kit, and I have cut out, fussy cut, 2 of the flowers from there. So I've got the white ones and the pink ones, which is just part of the collage sheets. So I've just cut those out, and I am going to put those on over here like that. So that's where I'm going to end up putting those. I'm just going to arrange them so that I don't block up that little image there too much, and I'm going to arrange them sort of like that. But what I did was I took 2 pieces of doily, I just cut off some little bits of doily here. I'm going to stick that underneath that one at the top there, just like that. And this one I'm going to put down a little bit lower in a minute. So what I'm going to do is let me just stick those down. So I want to just grab my Fabri-Tac and just see where I need to position that. So I'm just going to put some of that on here like that. Oops. And then we can just, I don't want it to go too far over the edge of this flap here, because we're going to have a journal card that goes in there. So that's where we're going to sort of position that one. Okay, and now we can take our little flowers, just as I have this in my hand, and just plonk these down as well. Or maybe plonk's not a good word. Place these down as well. Yeah, so we'll put the white one down first, I think. So let's just catch that on the bottom of that. So we want to just catch the top of that there, and maneuver it so it's in place. So just wanted to catch that underneath there. That's the ticket. That one can just go in a bit, and then we've got that all positioned, and then we're going to place that one like that over there. I think that looks good. Yeah, so I hope you're all having a fabulous weekend. The weather is very muggy here, over cloudy, which means it's a bit dark, so I hope that it's not too dark for this video. Hopefully not. And then I hope to have a nice relaxed time after this, although I do have lots still to do, as you do. So I hope you're all having a nice time doing whatever you're doing. Okay, so we've got those down there, and then what I thought I was going to do is I'm going to put a butterfly over there. I'm going to just position it I think a little bit further over, because we're going to have a tag in there. So I'm just going to put that a little bit over, like that. This also comes from the kit, so you'll find these on there as well. So I'll just move that a little bit over like that, as I said. Now I've taken a little bit of lace, and I really wanted to put that just underneath there, so that's all right. I can position that underneath there. So I should have stuck that down first, shouldn't I? But it's all right. The Fabri-Tac's more forgiving than the art glitter glue. So we're going to just put a little bit of that on there, like that. Just tuck that under there like that. Right, let's just get my fingers in there. There we go. So that can go back down. Okay, perfect. And there we have it all in place. A little bit up. Just changed my mind. I wanted a bit up so it's not covering all of that blue. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that, I think. And now this little bit I had to go over here, and what I'm going to do here is I've got just a couple of bits and bobs from that. I think this is the Shabby Florals kit, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just going to find the right position. I've got one of those, got a little stamp that I had just like that. I'm going to put a little butterfly on here just like that. Let's move this around. And then I've got a little cluster that I've made with little scraps and bobs, and I'm going to just position that on there as well. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I think where this is a good place, so I'm going to just hold it up there quickly and, oops, hold it up and just put some glue down. Like that. And then we're going to do the same on that side quickly. I do like pink. I just can't stay away from pink. I don't know what it is. Alright, so we want to just get these little goodies down. So I'm going to just put that down over there, and I'm going to just catch and cover the various bits and bobs that I want to cover. So we want to cover that bit there, so we'll stick that right down like that. And then I wanted that a bit further up, so we'll stick that one down. The stamps and the little bits and pieces that you get in the various chapter 1 kits are absolutely stunning, and I love using them for all sorts of things, which is amazing. It's just beautiful colors, beautiful images, good quality. They've got lovely fussy cut embroidery things, and just, oh, just gorgeous. Right, I'm going to stick that there, and I'm going to just stick my little cluster on as well. Okay, and I'm going to just put that right there. There we go. So we've got lots going on there, and I quite like it really. Lots of layering and stuff. Right, now what I want to do, so we're not too far done now. There's a few things more to do, but I'm just going to put on a few little pearls onto my butterflies. So I'm going to take my, oh, let's not worry, oh, here's this one. I'm going to put a pearl over there and a little pearl just over there like that. So I'm going to use my knife, if I can grip this. These are elusive, but let's just try one that's open. Right, so I'm going to put that one over there like that, and then I've got some bigger ones somewhere. Let's see, I think it's in here. So we'll just take out one of these and stick that. Oops. It's like moving around. Right, I will stick that one just over there like that to finish that off. And then while that's drying, what we'll do is grab hold of our back page. So I'm going to turn this over in a minute, and what I've done is I've just cut out another one of these pages from that Wildflower Moments kit, and beautiful collage kit, and I've chosen one with the pinks. You get different colors, so I'm loving that so far. So I'm going to just turn that over, and what we're going to do is we want to stick that down. Just be mindful of this here because you want a card to go in there. So I want to just cover that up. But what I'll have to do is I'll have to remember that this is the bit that I don't want to go and glue all over here. It's going to block off there. So what I'll do is I will run the glue along the edge here like that. And then I will just run a thin bead of glue just on the edge here just to seal it off, and then the rest of it is fine. So just leave that space there just so that I don't glue it over and then I can't get a journal card in there, because that would be a problem. That's the thing with envelopes. Right, so we just want to position that carefully. So I'm going to move it right up to the edge just to strengthen the flap there. Right, so let's just get that in place. That's it. So one thing about this art glitter glue, you got to be fast. And that's where the Fabri-Tac's just a little bit more forgiving, I think. Right, so I think I've got that all in place. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. And that's all looking great. I love that little button. Okay, so what I've done now is easy enough. I've just cut out 2 tags from the kit here. So we've got this one over here, which I've just printed that coffee stain paper design on the back, the doilies, and then I've cut out this one, just put a bit of washi in one of the butterflies and stuck this down, and I've tied that ribbon, which I've dyed myself, with Carol's beautiful vintage twine. And if you haven't seen that, Carol's got vintage French linen thread, which is genuine vintage, and she's selling them in her Etsy shop. I bought quite a few of these because it is absolutely amazing linen thread, which is so useful for all sorts, and it makes the most adorable little bows and things. Just look at that. So if you're wanting to know, I'll leave that link in the description box, and then those 2, they are going to go into our pocket over here. So we just want to slide those in there, and of course we want to make sure we haven't glued down the pocket. So these are going to just stick out the top, so we're going to have one there, and there we go, like that. And then we've got this postcard that I've just put a tag on, a tab. This also comes from the, I think, Shabby Floral or the Strawberry Kit, one of them, and that's going to just stick in here like that. So there we go. How lovely is that? Very pretty, very quick, not too tedious. I hope you guys are going to enjoy making this quick little project for your journals. It hasn't taken us even half an hour. So there we go. That's a little project for Saturday. If you had to put that now onto one of your pages, you would have fixed it like that. You could put another page over that. So for example, if you were wanting to attach this onto a page, let's just get a plain one like that, and you stuck that down, so you wanted it like that, and then you cut out another piece and place that over to fit properly. That would cover up that area there, and then you were able to close it something like that. All right, so that's the way I would use that in my journal, something like that. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been really a lot of fun. And I will put out a video, I would imagine probably on Wednesday. I'm having a few days just to relax after all the videos I've put together. But please look out for any others. You never know, I might surprise you. But that's it. So thanks so much, everyone. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Go and give this a try. This is number 23. And I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.